I've been a home inspector for 13 years now, and for my entire career, realtors have been lying to and manipulating clients away from my inspection service. Since opening up shop all those years back, I estimate that realtors in my jurisdiction have steered more than 1,000 clients away from my inspection firm. Today, I'm going to go through with all of you all the different methods that realtors have used to accomplish this corrupt and cowardly act. I'm especially going to elaborate on what they're presently using to steer clients away from me, but before we get into that, I want to show you guys that I'm still out there performing inspections for clients because I'm fully insured and fully accredited. So let's see what I got up to last week. Walking roof plane, perfect temperature out, a little bit of a breeze, just loving life. Well, another great day, do home inspection out here on an acreage. Another one in the books for the week. Well, that's a wrap on inspection 3 for the week, ladies and gentlemen. It was another hot one, but another great day to do an inspection. Well, guys, that finishes off my week. In the background there, that's an 8,500 square foot home. That's the largest home inspection that I've ever done in my career. It took me from 8 o'clock this morning until now. I think it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I still got to put the report together. But I was in there all day by myself. Why? Because I'm fully insured, because I'm fully accredited. So as you guys can see, I'm still out there performing inspections, and I wanted to show you guys that because realtors in the last 6 months have steered hundreds of clients away from me by telling them that I'm no longer accredited or that I've lost some sort of accreditation, and we'll get to that. But what I want to get into now is all the different types of manipulation and lies that these cowards have been using to steer clients away from me over my career. So let's get into that now. All right, so first up, version 1 of steering clients away from me. From the time I started in 2013 until approximately 2020, 2021, they just simply used garden variety slander and defamation of character behind closed doors. They would simply just run me down, tell lies about me, and a lot of clients, most clients would believe their realtor and just go, oh, okay, I guess he's a terrible choice, and they would just go with somebody else. Now, if you guys go back to episode 16, that was the episode where I showed you that client provided me with that notarized affidavit about the slander and defamation of character that was being used against me. That's what I'm talking about, just garden variety slander and defamation of character. It worked very well for them for a very, very long time, 7-8 years. All right, version 2. Now, version 2 is actually taking place at the same time as version 1, but it didn't happen a whole bunch, I don't think. However, I did have a number of clients report back to me in regards to this. And so version 2 took place probably summers in the range of 2017 to 2020, roughly. I had a number of clients report back to me, and they told me that when they were buying their home, they had requested me to do their home inspection, and their realtor said, hey, he's not a great home inspector. If you go with my preferred home inspector, if you end up buying the house, I will reimburse you for the home inspection. Holy smokes, talk about corruption there, right? Manipulating a client into choosing their preferred home inspector, and if you buy the house, I will reimburse you for the home inspection. Well, of course that house is going to sell because the home inspector is helping the realtor sell it. So that was version 2. All right, guys, version 3. So from approximately 2021 to the start of 2024, roughly, some realtor, I'm not sure who it was, came to the realization that, geez, he has just become so popular. He's so well known. Almost every buyer's asking for him. And that's the truth too, because I got so busy that I nearly took on a second inspector. That's how busy I became. But some realtor, and like I said, I'm not sure who it was, came to the realization that, hey, he's so busy, we can't talk people out of his service anymore. We got to figure something else out. And so they came to the realization that, well, why don't we just start coaching sellers to deny him access? So they started doing that. Now, I looked at that and thought to myself, like, holy smokes, where is their regulatory body on this and allowing them to do this? Where's the consumer protection? I even filed a complaint about it, and as usual, went nowhere. Why? Because their regulatory body is self-regulated, and so the people that make the rules and regulations for the sales side of the real estate industry in this province are realtors and brokers themselves. Okay, so version 4 was between 2022 and 2023, and in a previous episode, I think I did refer to the fact that I became very, very ill during that time. However, I did not stop working. I performed inspections throughout that entire 18 to 24 month period where I was very, very sick. I ended up in the hospital, nearly didn't make it. And although I'm no longer that sick, I am chronically ill for the rest of my life. However, during that time, some realtors figured out that, well, he's sick, he's in the hospital, so we'll just tell people that he's sick or he's in the hospital and he's not available for service. When the truth was I was only in the hospital for a month, and that entire 18 to 24 month period when I was sick, I still worked throughout that whole time. I only missed 3 inspections in that period of time. Now, I know that this was one of the methods that they used to steer clients away from me because I had some family friends and some acquaintances contact me and actually ask me if I was not performing inspections anymore. And after we discussed this, they had informed me that their realtor had used the fact that I was sick and that I was in the hospital to try and steer them away from me. All right, guys, so version 5 is something that just started taking place about 6 months ago, and realtors in my jurisdiction have been telling buyers, sellers, and literally everyone that I've lost some sort of accreditation or that I've lost something that is preventing me from doing home inspections, which is a complete and utter lie. I'm fully accredited and fully insured. Now, this year, I became no longer a business partner with realtors, and which was the case for most of my career. I became a business partner with them back in, I think it was halfway through 2021. And that business partnership, all that does is give the home inspector access to the lockboxes, which you don't need. And you don't need it because from 2013 until halfway through 2021, I was never a business partner with realtors, and realtors always had to let the home inspector in the house. So they're out there telling people that I've lost accreditation when the fact of the matter is that I'm just simply no longer a business partner with the Saskatchewan Realtors Association, and it's completely irrelevant. The thing about it is that I actually didn't renew it, okay? I did not pay the $800 fee for 2025. So that's the answer to the question that people have had. There's been people on social media asking me, well, what's the reason? Did it was some sort of devious thing happen? And no, there's no devious thing that happened. It wasn't renewed. I did not pay my $800 fee to be a business partner with realtors at the start of 2025. And that's what's going on here. And they're using this to steer people away. What's so crazy about this is they're telling buyers that, okay, we don't care who you use as a home inspector, just as long as they're business partners with realtors. And what is equivocal to that, and what's just crazy about this, is they could start saying to buyers, we don't care who does the home inspection, just as long as they buy their groceries at Superstore. That's its equivocation right there. All right, guys, and lastly, version 6, which is something that just actually took place last week. And as you guys heard there in version 5, I'm no longer a business partner with the Realtors Association, which is something I didn't need it for the first 9 years of my career. Realtors always let me into the house. They let every home inspector across the province into the house. Being a business partner with realtors is not needed, but they're using that as a way to steer clients away from me. They're using it to coach sellers to deny me access. However, they've taken it even a step further. We're on version 6 now. And so there are people out there that are picking the phone up and calling me and giving me an opportunity to respond to these lies and these manipulations that these realtors are using. And people are calling me and I'm explaining the situation to them, and people are going, so my realtor just lied to me. Yes, they did. And so people are standing up to them and saying, no. He's fully accredited. He can do the home inspection. He's totally permissible to be on the property. You just have to unlock the door, which that's your job. You're getting paid to do it. So now what they're doing, this realtor last week totally refused to do their job, said, no, I'm not going to the property to let him in. Obviously, this individual is an absolute coward because they can't look me in the eye, and that's the reason they don't want to go out there to let me in. They also obviously don't want me to do the inspection, and so they're using that, but they've taken it even a step further here lately. All right, guys, just to put the finishing touches here on today's episode, as you can see over my career, the multiple different versions of realtors steering clients away from me, and those are just the versions that I know of. There's probably more. What I think you should take away from this video is that they will use whatever they can to stay in control of the deal, when it's really you that should be in control, because it's you and your money that's being spent. And so what I hope you guys take away from this is that you guys need to take control and you guys need to stand up to these realtors. The fact of the matter is that we're on episode 19. And what I hope you guys have taken away from the series so far is that realtors are not just lying manipulators, but after today's episode, you can see that they're absolute cowards, because they have to do this lies and this manipulation when I'm not present. They have to do it behind closed doors where I can't defend myself, because if they gave me an opportunity to defend myself, I'd completely obliterate them. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. As always, knowledge is power, and we'll see you on the next one.